Hello, it's Mal back again with Raina in my lap, my little baby. She's my youngest, but she's my thickest. You might have seen her in the last video walking away, looking all tubby. She's just a baby. She's on a diet, okay? We're working on it. She used to be bigger. We've dropped a couple of pounds off of her so far. Anyways, this reading is going to be about the birds. That's all I have to say. We're going to start it off with the Urban Crow Oracle. So, what is the main message that the birds want the collective to know? Before I even get the cards ready, I was getting ready to do another reading, and I walked to my restroom and I looked out the window and I saw like 50 birds in my backyard. And this makes me very happy. I love the birds. My partner and we moved last August, so we've only been here in this house for a couple of months, but it's in the middle of the city. And I'm not the hugest fan of that. Like, I'm a fan of the convenience of that and how close everything is, but I'm not a fan of actually being in the city. I really liked our last location just for the peace. It was so peaceful, and the animals that came. There was, it was a big cat. It wasn't a bobcat. It had a tail. It had a very, very long tail. But this time last year in our old home, there was this big cat that was prowling the fields behind our house. And to me, that was just like a whole spiritual message. I loved that cat. I would sit in my kitchen and just look out the window and scan and look for this gigantic black cat. Some days I'd see him and some days I wouldn't. One day he got really, really close to my backyard and I got scared for everybody in my neighborhood, thinking, uh-oh, he's hungry. But he never came and never attacked anybody. He was beautiful. I got pictures and video of him. Not good because he was far away, but still. Anyways, I wasn't sure. Moving here, my backyard is quite large, and it does back up to some woods, if you could call them woods in a city, but a little forested area. So I do like my backyard a lot. My front yard is tiny, but I wasn't sure when we moved here, like, how much nature I would still get to see, or like how much of it I would get to hear. So walking into my bathroom and seeing, I counted them. I'm not exaggerating when I say 50 birds. There were 50 birds in my backyard. It just made me super happy. So I took that as a sign for what do the birds want us to know. The birds in my backyard were starlings. It was mainly starlings, and then a couple of robins, and one lone little cardinal. I forgot what he was called for a moment. How could I forget? One lone little cardinal, beautiful red cardinal. Yeah, so I was like, all right, we're doing a message from the birds for the next tarot reading. So that's what we're doing, and I'm sorry that it took 4 minutes to explain that. But as I was preparing my cards and taking these cards, the Urban Crows, out of the deck, this card got left behind in the box, and I just felt like that was a message right away. So I wanted to read that before we even start off and pull the cards for a reading. I just wanted to read, I just wanted to read this message just to start off with, and I think it's a beautiful message. And it's waterproof. Crow feathers have a greasy protective coating that prevents water from getting through to the skin. You, too, have the ability to create a waterproof exterior. When we are waterproof, we are protected from others' draining emotions that can weigh us down. Being waterproof allows you to experience a storm without letting it hold you back. When we are waterproof, the words, actions, and emotions of those around us do not impact our perception of who we are or our self-worth. Casual insults, snarky comments, and emotional vampires don't bother someone who is waterproof. Being dragged into someone else's drama can take an emotional toll and leave you feeling waterlogged. But when you are waterproof, you can be a good listener and a shoulder to cry on without absorbing their emotions, leaving you free to support others in need. Waterproof asks you to create a barrier between the feelings of others and yourself when inner strength is needed. So I don't know if that means, if this is spirit saying, hey, you are waterproof, like, go for it, you're doing good, you're doing great, or if it's spirit telling you that you need to learn how to create that barrier and become waterproof so that you're not taking on the emotions of others. So I just figured we'd throw that little message out there. Be waterproof. Create a little shield so that others don't affect you. And how exactly we're going about this, I don't really know. We're just kind of picking the cards up and shuffling, and I've got I've got 3 oracle cards here and then a tarot deck. Technically 4 oracle cards because I have my tea leaves over there that we might use. Okay. So what do the birds want us to know? What's the overall message from the birds? I've been seeing a lot of 13s today. I don't know if that matters to anybody or not. This is the Oracle of the 7 Energies by Colette Baron-Reid. Oh, I love it when shit works out that way. I didn't realize when I was setting this up that I had 2 decks from the same author. I didn't know that there was a tarot deck. I don't know if it's just birds or if it's crows, but MJ Cullinane, the person who did this, also has a tarot deck, so I'm gonna have to get that soon. Anyways, what do the birds want us to know? Thank you. What spirit? Hawk spirit. I love the birds. What animal is closest to us right now? What animal is working with the collective right now? Dove. It's the burbs, I tell you. What animal is working with the collective right now? I love this deck. I've barely used it. Excuse me. If I'm being honest, it's because of how big it is. Not only is it like big in my hand, but it's also thick, so it's hard to shuffle. So on the bottom of the animal one, we have number 1, ant spirit, time to collaborate. And then it pushed itself up, and right below that, it doesn't tell me what it is, but it says time for a deep dive. Swan spirit, another burb. I love swans. They mean. Swans and geese, both mean. But I love them. Okay, anyways. Tessa, you make it sound like a whole person is coming through this house. It's the dog in the back. She loud, man. All day she's made it sound like there's been somebody else in this house, and it keeps freaking me out. Okay, anyways. Can I get one tarot card for each one of these? Oracle cards. My mind keeps going blank. I apologize. Can I get a tarot card for each one of these? Look at what the burbs want us to know. Two. Two again. All right. Gonna be lots of reading from the books, you know, like always. On the bottom we had the King of Cups. Someone who is fully tapped into their emotions and in control of themselves. I just hit the mic, sorry if that was loud. My bad. Okay. So we're going to start off with the crows. What is the main message that the birds want us to know? Did I scare you? I'm sorry, baby. We got number 40, resistance. There may be a strong wind coming your way. However, you do have the ability to find a path with the least resistance. Have you ever seen a crow get thrown by the wind? The bird may get taken off guard, but it finds its balance again. Resistance brings an obstacle or adds friction to a situation. Ideas that once would have sailed into completion might now require some additional work. You may find a project or goal now requires an extra step to pass on to another phase. Resistance might manifest itself as a need for approval from an outside influence that takes longer to achieve. When resistance appears in a reading, you are asked to be adaptable and find the path of least resistance. You are the sky. Everything else is just the weather. Pema Chodron. Then we got the star. That was the tarot card that came along with this message. That's usually healing. I'm going to read it to you. The star bridges heaven and earth, casting the universe's gifts of light and truth on the waters of the soul. The star card reminds you of who you really are and how you are connected to pure loving energy. It brings about a new sense of self, helping you to rediscover your true purpose in life, guiding you to find the peace and tranquility that you have been searching for. Healing, peace, truth and tranquility, renewal and inspiration. So I feel like it's saying you might find a little bit of resistance in this moment in your healing journey, or finding peace, or coming to the truth of a matter. But just know that even though the resistance is there, you're still healing. This card told you to find the path of least resistance. So try to find the path of least resistance in your healing, whatever that may look like. then animals. I asked what animal was closest to you right now, like which one is working with you behind the scenes. We got starfish, open to infinite possibility. Stretch out on the beach, the starfish opens fully to the rays of the sun, to the power of potential. As you look out toward the horizon, do you open up to infinite possibility? Spirit is the source of opportunities beyond your wildest imagination and ensures endless possibilities are available. At this time, Starfish Spirit urges you to stretch past the limits of your everyday perception and comfort zone, to dream of bigger things and imagine with even greater hope and faith. For miraculous potential is shining down on you. Feel it, bask in it, and open yourself to be filled with inspiration. This is a very fortunate sign that the Starfish Spirit has come to remind you of your infinite potential. When a cynicism says no, Starfish Spirit... I am sorry for my words right now. I don't know what's happening with my mouth. When cynicism says no, Starfish Spirit says yes 1,000 times over. Are you willing to entertain new possibilities? Are you limiting your goals in order to be realistic and cutting yourself off from the power of dreaming big? Let go of your rigid beliefs about what is possible for you, and let Starfish Spirit inspire you to open your heart and your eyes to what Spirit has available to you. Now is the time to stretch beyond the familiar and unfurl yourself, for you are meant for more than you are imagining for yourself. Spirit wants the best for you and will support you in achieving whatever intention you hold dear. It's a sweet little message. Be open to infinite possibilities. Also, I just love that even though this isn't the card that went with this message exactly, we got stars on both of these. You got the star and starfish. Know your healing is possible. Open yourself to infinite possibilities of healing. It's there, it's possible, you can do it. No matter the resistance, you just have to find the path of least resistance. And then the cards we got were the Two of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. So that's balance and victory. To me, that's saying as long as you stay balanced, you will be victorious into your infinite possibilities. Just keep yourself balanced. But let's read it. Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles card shows a woman holding two pentacles as if to weigh them. She has decisions to make and is concentrating on making the right choice. This card tells you that with focus, attention, and care, you can make the right decisions to maintain harmony in your life. Six of Wands. Oops, cups, that's too far. The Six of Wands shows a woman returning victorious and triumphant. This card is all about deserved pride, success, and recognition for your achievements. Success, progress, pride, accolades, and victory. I don't think I read that part for the Two of Wands or Two of Pentacles. Balance, adaptability, flexibility, and equilibrium. I really feel like this is saying as long as you stay balanced, you will be victorious in finding your healing. Just stay open to the infinite possibility of you being able to heal whatever it is that you're trying to heal. Last but not least, Oracle of the Seven Energies. Well, it's not last because we still have tarot cards. 47. Sacred reverence. Offer the truth that spirit is everywhere, inspiration coming through you as a result of reverence, joyful living, exploring possibilities with curiosity, spiritual passion, manifesting from the starting point of the realm of spirit. Looking at the world, do you see all of life or only a limited part? When you look at a blade of grass, do you see just the plant? When you encounter a puppy, do you see just an animal? While this categorizing is one way of viewing the world, it is only a fraction of the truth. It isn't enough. Look closer, and you'll observe the luminosity immanent in these living, sentient beings. If you can allow yourself to take in all the world, including its spirit, then you see the whole. Reverence is an act of deep witnessing, respect, and awe. You experience it when you perceive every being and everything, every plant, rock, and tree as a sacred and alive. You naturally lean into a state of bliss and harmony and a profound sense of well-being. Whatever your dilemma or question, try to reframe your perspective to acknowledge the spiritual. If everything has value, including your most frustrating challenges, would you still ask your question from the same place? Can you regard the other as sacred, thereby erasing the separation between you? Embracing the perfection of how you came together is real magic, and you are tapping into this unity right now. No matter who or what is in front of you, see that person or thing as luminous and your interaction as holy. Then you will know what to do for the highest good of all. I feel like this is telling you to have sacred reverence for whatever this bit of resistance is. You sneaky. And look at the stars on it. Look at the stars all over this card. All those tiny little stars. They're not just dots, they're little stars. Wow. So then we got card number 13, Death, and the Eight of Wands. Death is all about transformation, something ending so that something new can begin. And the Eight of Wands is all about forward, fast movement, action. So maybe once you start looking at the problem the resistance, as something sacred, whatever you're going through right now will die, and you'll start moving towards what it is that you want and need in your life. Anyways, we're going to read these first. Death is a transformative state, like the process of metamorphosis that transforms the chrysalis into a butterfly. This card represents the cycles of life, with journeys beginning and coming to an end. It is not to be seen as a negative card, but as a powerful, if sometimes unsettling, change of circumstances or direction. The skull represents the human life cycle and the fragility of human life in a universe where stars are constantly being born and fading away. Mentioning stars again. The Death card heralds great changes in your life and a new beginning. A new start, profound change, end of an era, release, and transformation. The Eight of Wands represents quick progression and moving forward towards an auspicious new horizons. This card is a symbol of positive and vibrant energy. It represents readiness, expansion, achieving what you desire, and enjoying the results of your hard work. Everything you have done so far will soon begin to pay off. Progression, expansion, preparation for positive changes. Yeah, I mean, I really, really feel like I feel like this message came together so well. Um, I really feel like it's saying that you've been feeling some resistance, and maybe you've gotten down in spirit because of this resistance. And maybe that's what the waterproof was about too. Like, maybe waterproofing yourself will help you to not feel so much resistance. Maybe waterproofing yourself is what's going to help you to find that path of least resistance. Maybe it's other people that are getting to you. That happens with me a lot. Like, I can be in a great mood, and if I don't have my shields up, like if I'm not in the right state where I'm protecting myself, I can really let the moods of other people get me down. And it takes a lot for me to not let other people inside my head, or at least it used to. I'm a lot better at it now than I used to be, but it still happens occasionally. And heck, sometimes I get into my own head. Most of the time, it's me being mean to myself. You know, got to be better at that. Where did my waterproof go? I really feel like it's saying if you waterproof yourself and you find a way to block the emotions and feelings of other people from affecting you, that you'll stop feeling so much resistance. And maybe by waterproofing yourself, you'll start to learn that, like, you'll start to be able to look at these other people and this resistance with sacred reverence. Like, once you're able to waterproof yourself and shield yourself from the emotions of other people, you will be able to sit and look at it and understand, like, why their resistance towards you was necessary. And then once you've completed that, you're literally going to start your healing journey. You will find the balance you need. You will become victorious. You will open up to your own infinite possibilities, to where you can finally close out this cycle in your life that you've been dealing with. Close it out. End it for good. And start moving towards what you really, truly want for yourself. Sometimes we don't even know. Sometimes it's just our higher self. Like, come on, let's go. We got to get moving into what we really want. But yeah, that's it. That's all I have for you. I hope you got something from this message. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you listening to me and humoring me. I hope you have a beautiful day and a beautiful week, and I love you, and goodbye.